I just spent 2 weeks and every last drop of my patience testing the 5 most talked about Windows laptops. And what I found is going to make a lot of people very angry at the laptop they bought last month. Because while everyone's still comparing MacBooks to whatever Windows machine happened to be on sale at Best Buy, 5 manufacturers quietly built machines that make the just buy a MacBook argument a lot harder to make. I'm going to walk you through all 5, worst to best, and I'm going to tell you exactly who each one is for, who should avoid it, and which one I'm actually keeping on my desk after this video ends. Before we get into it, links to every laptop in this video are in the description, along with current pricing, because these deals move fast and I don't want you paying more than you have to. Let's start at number 5, because it's the one most likely to surprise you. Number 5, the Asus ZenBook Duo. This is the laptop for the person who looked at a normal laptop and thought, this needs to be 2 laptops. The ZenBook Duo ships with dual 14-inch 2.8K OLED panels. And yes, that means 2 full-size, full-resolution OLED screens stacked and split by a detachable Bluetooth keyboard. You can run it as a traditional laptop with the keyboard resting on the bottom screen. You can pull the keyboard off and use both screens vertically stacked for a tandem monitor setup. Or you can lay it flat on a desk and turn the whole thing into a dual monitor workstation without plugging in a single external display. I use this configuration for a full day of research and writing, browser on top, notes on bottom, and it genuinely changed how I work. The OLED panels themselves are stunning. Deep blacks, accurate color, and a 120Hz refresh rate that makes scrolling and video playback feel buttery smooth. Under the hood, you get Intel's latest Core Ultra processor with integrated AI acceleration, up to 32 gigs of RAM, and fast PCIe storage that makes app launches feel instant. Here's the catch, and it's a real one. Battery life takes a noticeable hit when you're running both screens simultaneously. I was getting close to 10 hours on a single panel doing normal work, but that number drops fast once the second display lights up. The detachable keyboard, while clever, also feels a little cramped if you have larger hands. And the whole setup is heavier than a standard Ultrabook once you factor in the kickstand and keyboard together. This isn't a laptop for someone who just wants something light and simple. It's a laptop for someone who wants to rethink what a laptop even is. If that's you, it's genuinely brilliant. If it's not, move on to the next one. Number 4, the Asus ROG Zephyrus G14. This is where things get interesting for anyone who wants serious gaming performance without carrying around a laptop that doubles as a doorstop. The Zephyrus G14 has been the gold standard for compact gaming laptops for a few generations now, and the 2026 refresh doesn't mess with what already worked. You're getting the latest AMD Ryzen AI processor paired with an RTX 50 series mobile GPU, and the performance numbers here are honestly kind of absurd for something this small. I ran modern titles at high settings, and the G14 barely broke a sweat, all while staying quieter than gaming laptops twice its size. The 14-inch display runs at a high refresh rate with excellent color accuracy, which matters because Asus clearly built this for people who do creative work during the day and game at night, not just one or the other. The keyboard is comfortable, the trackpad is one of the best you'll find on a gaming laptop, and the overall build quality feels premium rather than plasticky. The trade-offs are the ones you'd expect from any high-performance machine in a small chassis. Battery life drops hard under gaming loads. You'll want the charger nearby for anything demanding, and the fans, while quieter than competitors, are still audible when you push the hardware. It also runs warm on the bottom during extended sessions, so a desk is a better home for it than your lap. If you want a machine that can genuinely game and genuinely work without switching devices, this is one of the most complete packages on the market right now. Number 3, the Samsung Galaxy Book 6 Ultra. Samsung has quietly become one of the most underrated laptop makers in the Windows space, and the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra is the clearest proof of that yet. This thing is built for people who live inside the Samsung ecosystem: phone, tablet, watch, and now laptop, all talking to each other seamlessly. If you own a Galaxy phone, the integration features here: instant file transfer, notification mirroring, and shared clipboard genuinely save time every single day. Specs-wise, this is a flagship machine through and through. A gorgeous 3K AMOLED display with a 120Hz refresh rate, a top-tier processor with dedicated AI acceleration for on-device tasks, and enough RAM and storage headroom to handle demanding creative workloads without hesitation. The build is impressively thin for for how much power is packed inside, and the speakers are some of the best I've heard on a laptop this size. Where it stumbles a little is outside the Samsung ecosystem. If you're on an iPhone or a non-Samsung Android device, you lose a meaningful chunk of what makes this laptop special, and you're essentially paying a premium for hardware that competes with, but doesn't necessarily beat, similarly priced options from other brands. Battery life is solid, but not class-leading, landing somewhere in the 10 to 12-hour range depending on display brightness. For Samsung households, this is close to a no-brainer. For everyone else, it's simply a very good laptop rather than an obvious best pick. Number 2, the Lenovo IdeaPad Slim 3X. This is the one that's going to surprise you, because it's also the cheapest laptop on this entire list, and it earns its spot on pure value alone. Lenovo built the Slim 3X around a Snapdragon-based ARM processor, which means genuinely excellent battery life, fanless silent operation, and instant wake from sleep every single time. I comfortably got through a full workday, sometimes closer to 14 hours, without reaching for a charger, which is not something I can say about most laptops on this list. The display is a solid 1080p panel, not flashy, but bright and color accurate enough for everyday productivity, web browsing, and streaming. The keyboard is comfortable for long typing sessions, and the whole chassis is light enough to genuinely forget you're carrying it. Performance for everyday tasks, browsing, documents, video calls, and light photo editing is smooth and responsive thanks to the AI-accelerated chip. The honest limitation here is app compatibility. Because it runs on ARM, some older Windows applications and certain professional software still don't run natively, and while emulation has gotten dramatically better, it's not flawless yet. If your workload is browser-based, cloud-based, or general productivity, you likely won't notice. If you depend on specific legacy Windows software or heavy creative suites, you'll want to check compatibility before buying. For the price, though, nothing else on this list comes close to matching what the Slim 3X delivers for everyday users. And that brings us to number 1, the laptop that's earning genuine should I switch from my Mac conversations. The Dell XPS 14. Dell rebuilt the XPS line from the ground up for 2026, and the result is easily the most complete Windows laptop I tested this year. You get a stunning 14.5-inch OLED touch display with razor-sharp resolution, a genuinely gorgeous zero-lattice keyboard, and a haptic trackpad that finally feels like it belongs in the same conversation as Apple's. Performance is where the XPS 14 separates itself. The latest generation processor with dedicated AI silicon handles everything from everyday multitasking to demanding creative workloads without breaking a sweat. And the optional discrete graphics option makes this viable for light gaming and serious photo or video editing, not just office work. Battery life sits comfortably in the 12 to 14-hour range with typical use, which is remarkable given how much display and performance Dell packed into this chassis. Build quality is where the XPS 14 truly justifies its price. The unibody aluminum construction feels genuinely premium, the hinge is rock solid, and the whole machine has that quiet confidence you'd expect from something twice the price. The only real drawbacks are the price itself, which sits at the top of this list, and the limited port selection, which means USB-C dongles are basically mandatory. If you can live with that, this is the most well-rounded Windows laptop I've used in years. So there you have it, 5 laptops, 5 very different use cases. The ZenBook Duo for people who want to reinvent their workflow, the Zephyrus G14 for gamers who also need to get work done, the Galaxy Book 6 Ultra for Samsung loyalists, the IdeaPad Slim 3X for anyone who just wants incredible battery life on a budget, and the Dell XPS 14 for anyone who wants the single best all-around machine money can buy right now. All 5 links are down in the description with current pricing, because these deals shift constantly and I want you getting the best possible price. Let me know in the comments which one you're picking, and if this video saved you from buying the wrong laptop, do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this before they make an expensive mistake. See you in the next one.